I actually got my hands on @Rethink the Grade's iPhone 11 to replace the battery, so I ordered a battery kit from Amazon and it finally arrived. Let's get this new battery out of the box and get it downstairs to where I can start the process. This particular kit comes with an upgraded high-capacity battery to give her a nice boost over the factory 3100 mAh battery, plus everything else needed to do the job. Inside, you'll get fresh adhesive strips for the battery, a pre-cut waterproof frame gasket, a suction cup, pry pick, tweezers, a plastic spudger, and specialized screwdrivers, the pentalobe, tri-point, and standard Phillips. The layout sheet I will provide will indicate which screwdrivers to use and where. Before opening any electronics, let's make sure it's completely powered down. Once it's off, we'll remove the two pentalobe screws at the bottom on either side of the charging port. Keep these super tiny screws from getting lost by downloading my free printable screw layout sheet to stay super organized. Apple uses a strong waterproof adhesive seal around the perimeter. I'm setting my heat gun to 71 degrees Celsius, around 160 degrees Fahrenheit. Apple's safe zone for softening this adhesive is between 60 and 80 degrees Celsius. Going way over that can damage the display or overheat the battery. If you don't have a heat gun or hair dryer, you can also use a microwavable rice heating pad. We'll heat the edges for about 2 to 3 minutes to make prying the screen open a whole lot easier. Now that the frame is warmed up, I'll attach a suction cup near the bottom and slide in my pick. Crucial tip here, the iPhone 11 display cables are on the right side, so the screen opens like a book from left to right. Work carefully along the edges. I've done this a few times now, so I use extra picks or even a toothpick to keep the one side propped open while I work around the perimeter. Carefully prop the display open at a 90-degree angle, as we need to remove the metal shield plates first, and then we can safely disconnect the display cables and the battery connector. With those detached, we can set the screen assembly completely aside and focus on the battery. Now for the real test, removing the old battery adhesive. You're supposed to pull these tabs slowly at a flat, low angle. If you pull straight up or too fast, they snap, which is exactly what happened to me. To skip removing the speaker and the Taptic engine just to reach the broken tabs, I used a thin feeler gauge to carefully slice through the glue underneath. Word of warning, using metal near a battery is risky. If you try this at home, stick to a plastic card or dental floss mixed with a drop of isopropyl alcohol to avoid puncturing the cell and causing a fire. With the old battery out, we can apply new adhesive strips to it. Set it firmly into the housing and plug it in. Once I orient the gasket properly to all the indents and sensors, I use the spudger to push the gasket firmly to the frame. Once it's stuck on the frame, I can peel off the gasket backing, revealing the gasket to the display side, which will seal it properly once snapped back together. Now we just reconnect the display cables and screw the metal brackets back into position. You always want to test the phone before snapping it fully shut. Ironically, my camera battery died right at the end of filming this, but the process is simple. Snap the screen securely back into the chassis, reinstall those two bottom pentalobe screws, and you're done. My wife has a fresh battery in her phone and can now keep trying to outpace me. I'm not affiliated with any brands or Amazon or anything like that, but I will leave the links to the tools, parts, and that free organizing sheet down in the description below so it makes your life easier.